Hello guys, Subaru power washer, water pressure washer issue. Water's on. I got this wand replaced real quick, thinking maybe there's a blockage. I unscrewed every connection, took this one off, put that one on, and I would unscrew this, and this had okay pressure. It did not that my pump is not spinning. It's spinning, but it's not pumping. So when I go underneath here, this shaft spins no problem, but inside of here nothing's happening. So I'm going to unscrew all these guys, and ideally it'd be nice to take this apart and see if it could be rebuilt. But incidentally, I have bid on this thing at an auction, and I got it for like $5. And I don't know what model it's from, no idea. I think I'm just gonna try it. So let's release this water pressure, make it quicker, pop this off, and let it drain a little faster. Okay, as soon as I do this, I will bust this two of these off. And this is obvious. I mean, you just have to get rid of this out of your way so that you can actually work. Okay, quick pause. All right, let's see if I can just take this and that screw off and see if this just comes out easily. All right, I don't need to do a video on how to take 3 screws out, so let me do that real quick and see what we find. Oh, I did want to mention that you have to hold one of these with a 12mm. 12? Well, this side is 12. So let's see what that one is. Maybe 13 or a half. Half. Okay, half C will work. So we'll take this off and see what we find. So after I took this off, I honestly cannot tell just by looking at it what would be wrong with it. So I'd have to take this apart and see if it could be rebuilt. I don't think that's gonna happen, because we're just gonna put this on. And after I took the 3 bolts, this whole thing just went, basically the whole motor went flop. So now I have to take this key away, put it in here, and lock it with this shaft and put it back together. And I need 2 hands, so I'm not gonna record this, but you know, just gotta get it done. Okay, just to put it in perspective, this whole thing maybe 3-5 minutes to drop one, put it back, you know, to take it off about 5 minutes, and probably gonna spend about 5 minutes to put it back to it. So I actually put everything back on the wheels, and then I got my hand in there and I slid it under, matched the keyway with the shaft's keyway, put the key inside, matched the shaft with the pump, put the keyway inside, and I already got this one bolt hand tightened this this one and the next one. We're gonna put this back all together and see how it does. As I was putting this back, this third bolt, I couldn't put it in because of this little tank, so I unscrewed this bolt right here like that, took it out. This is now more flexible, so that should get me in there. See that? All right, let's put that together. Okay, so I put everything back together. Just going to do the hoses back. Put the water. I think I need to get rid of this. Maybe it's a filter, maybe I don't need to get rid of it. I'm gonna pull it out and check it out real quick, just to make sure it doesn't have any blockage. Okay, so it's a mash. Stick that in there, because I think, let's say you're getting water out of like the water catchment system. I think that's what it's for, if you want to filter out your water, something like that right there. If you get it from there, you get buildup and shingles, have the little sand come off, and maybe gets in your pump and gets in here. I'm using out of the city water, my water, but I'll keep this in here just in case. Let me hook up my hoses and see what happens. And I believe the little clear line that I had on this, where did it go? I lost it somewhere. I need the little clear line that goes on this and down here. This little line, we'll put this back on the pump. It's for soap, to use soap on your washing procedures. Okay, this is the exciting pump. Let's go turn the water on. All right, 2 hands. That grime, that nasty stuff. Don't want to do. So it was kind of weird washing it with one hand, but it's working. I'm happy about it. Very good, cheap results. I might take this apart, I don't know. At this point it's not worth it, but at the auction I've never seen another one. It was almost like it was for me. My My issue with this was before that I hooked up to something like this before, and it had slow water coming in to this machine. And what was happening, it would be building, it finally build, and I think it maybe was destroying my pump somehow inside. I don't know. Without taking it apart, I don't know how it works. This is my little system that goes on top of there. I would like to do like a aluminum piece or stainless steel and bring up like a collar to it and lock this up, maybe seal it and drop that pump in there too, with a water line coming out for my garden. But I don't want to keep this dirty like this, so I'll put some bleach in there, clean it out. And the other thing I was researching, I should take and paint this black, that way that gunk does not want to appear and start living in there. So that's the plan, and now I'm loving the results, so it's a win-win. Happy Subaru EA190V. This thing's not even that old. It's just I probably ruined it myself by trying to run it off of non-pressurized water. I always tried to have, when I used it, it would be like in my van, and this would be at least this high where it would drain. Instead of just coming right out, it at least try to drain into the machine. But it gave me issues before. Sometimes it would just work perfectly without issues when I would hook up into a tank like this and run it out of my van and power wash things. But it decided to die, and we're good now. I got the stainless piece of metal sheet over it and cut out a hole for the wire, hole for this line, hole for this. Kind of want it to go kind of deeper in there because it wants to move. Now I have to just paint this and this one black. That way they don't grow this fungus that I got rid of. Just a bunch of nasty stuff. Had some nails in there and like pieces of this is that fungus, and this is some leaves that fall on the roof and then get in there, which I don't mind too much of the leaves or whatever, or this little sand right here that comes off the shingles. But I don't like this fungus growing in there. It's kind of nasty. So next thing to do is get this black. We need to wait till it stops raining and get these painted.